Hello, friends. I am happy to present you a new lesson called Arduino constants. Constants are a way to pass data to the controller that cannot be changed after the program is loaded. It follows from this that only the programmer can enter them, and the user will not be able to change them. In part, they can be described as read-only variables. The Arduino IDE provides named and literal constants, predefined and user-defined. Let's consider them all separately, and at the end we will separately reveal the topic of text constants. Literal constants are simply numbers for numeric data, or characters for text data, which we specify directly in program expressions. We can specify them in formulas, conditional statements, or assign their value to variables, function arguments, or named constants. By default, integer literal constants are interpreted as the int type, and if we need to enter data into the sketch that doesn't fit into the int type, then it is advisable to use the following characters at the end of the digit. Don't be afraid of them. The U or U character specifies that the constant has an unsigned attribute. That is, it can only take positive values. And the symbol L or L means forcing a constant as a long type. Literal constants are sometimes necessary or convenient to write in hexadecimal, octal, or binary. To be honest, the octal one is unlikely will not be needed, but the rest are definitely needed. Examples are shown in the illustration. Named constants have their own name. The Arduino documentation, for example, lists only one benefit of using named constants, and that is the readability of the program. Indeed, if you give them clear, unambiguous names, then the program will be read by the programmer much easier. But named constants also give us the ability to quickly reconfigure the program at the beginning of its text. By placing constants throughout the program, we can have access to changing their values in a single place. For example, you can declare a number of named constants with pin numbers, and use the pin names repeatedly in the program, and if necessary, quickly change the number of the required pin at the beginning of the sketch and not look for all mentions of this pin throughout the program. Often, using a constant instead of a variable that will not change value when the program is executed even allows you to win in freeing up controller memory. The creators of the Arduino IDE have provided a number of predefined named constants for user convenience and easier reading of sketches. Let's thank them for this. And what you need to understand here is that behind each of these constants is a predefined integer. The constant false means logical false, and in practice it stores the value 0. The constant true means logical truth, and in practice it is not equal to 0. That is, if true in the conditional statement is compared with any non-zero integer, then the condition will be met. This number can also take negative values. The high constant means logic high, 5 volts for 5 volts controllers or 3.3 V for 3.3 V controllers, and in practice contains the number 1. Low constant means logic low, less than 1.5 V for 5 volts controllers or less 1.0 volts for 3.3 V controllers, and in practice just contains 0. The constants input underscore pull-up and output are designed to configure the outputs of the controller. A pin configured as input operates as a digital input. A pin configured as output operates as a digital output. And the input underscore pull-up configuration puts the controller pin into a discrete input mode with a pull-up to power plus. The LED underscore built-in constant contains the number of the pin to which the alarm LED is connected on the standard board of the controller selected in the board manager. Constants like D1, D13, A0, A7. Repeat the designations on the controller board and contain the numbers of the corresponding pins. Pin designation constants may contain different values for different controllers. The change happens automatically when you select a controller in the board manager. Custom-named constants give us a lot of room for creativity. Their most common use is for distributing names to controller pins, according to a specific project. Also, for example, I had to use arrays of constants to store the notes of a melody. It is recommended to capitalize named constants. Constants can be declared with hash-defined name literal, but it is recommended to declare them only via const name equals literal. Separately, it is worth dwelling on symbolic constants. Character literals of type char are declared with single quotes, while their arrays and literals of type string are declared with double quotes. To store constant literals of the string type not in RAM, but in the flash memory of the controller, when declaring, you must use the syntax with the letter F. This extensive topic with the declaration of symbolic constants and variables will need to be considered in more detail in a separate lesson if you all subscribe and like this video.